Do we know the significance of childhood friendships, other than being training grounds for social and emotional skills? It's almost like a unique connection to who you once were. When you look at the friends you grew up with, you remember a time of joy and innocence, a time before the confusing conflicts of growing up. You share unique memories, adventures, and experiences to create that deep, unspoken bond you share. A bond so powerful, so incredible, you swear it can never be broken, which is why Raven is devastated by how things turned out with Marcel. She remembers the overprotective little boy who would get angry if he saw a sad face on her. The little boy who would go out his way to make sure she was included in on every game they played. The little boy who was always by her side. The little boy whose shoulders she cried on when things became too much. The little boy who cared about her. That little boy wouldn't believe he'd grow up to hurt his best friend. Raven doesn't understand how he simply forgot all the memories they shared together. Because if he'd remembered, he wouldn't have let her on. He wouldn't have lied to her. He wouldn't have made promises he couldn't keep. He would have told her the truth, apologize. But no. No apologies, no check-ins, nothing. Just silence and the ache of her mourning her best friend. Raven lays in bed most days. She hasn't had the energy to deal with the public. She hasn't had any dreams with her father, but Marcel keeps her up. But of course that would happen. It's always something. She wishes the negative memories play in her head. That would be easier. It's the nice memories. The memories that make her want to forgive him. The memories that make it hard to let go. It's worse when she remembers her favorite ones. The day of their first kiss, they both cut class and headed to the beach. Raven was talking to Marcel about how overwhelmed she's feeling at the magic realm. Raven leans in for a hug. She always loved his hugs. Whatever she was feeling seemed to melt away the moment his arms wrapped around her. Marcel made her feel safe, never judging her. Around him, Raven felt like she can say or do anything and he'd never see her differently. Marcel took her to build sandcastles, like they used to do as kids, something to do to keep Raven's mind distracted. It was a typical day for them, nothing out of the norm, until they sat down at the bench. Raven was trying to see what plans Marcel had for the weekend. What she thought was an innocent conversation twisted without warning. Marcel's kiss hit her like a jolt. Unexpected, uninvited. The line between friendship was suddenly broken in half. Marcel put her hand against her cheek and quickly apologized for overstepping. He sat beside her, and everything he'd been holding in came pouring out in a rush, confessing how much he liked her. How he wanted to upgrade their friendship package. If she's willing to do the same. At first, Raven didn't know what to say. This was her best friend. She couldn't just take a risk like that. But she'll be lying to herself if she said she didn't enjoy that kiss. So, she decided to see where it'll take them. And honestly, who makes a better partner than the one who already knows your whole heart? Everything was perfect. The dates, the surprise gifts, the tender words. She thought this only existed in books. For once, she felt entirely, blissfully happy. Raven sits up from her bed, her head hurts. More and more memories flood through her head. She's tired, the visions drain her, the lies break her, the confusion wears her thin. When does her peace come? When does it end? The Bailey Moon Mansion, the home of Octavia Moon and Thorne Bailey, along with their children, Orange, Marcel, and Amelia. You would think, living with parents who are both famous, enjoying the things money can buy, enjoying this beautiful house, life would be perfect, right? Not for the Bailey Moon family. Fame comes with many prices, one of them being privacy. The public knows about their 3 kids, especially Orange. The twins, not so much. The first scandal they had was about music. Rumor was Octavia was the one writing all of Thorne's music. Fans thought Thorne was only with her to help with music, pushing her to leave him. It became worse when someone talked to the press about having a child with Bailey. The press didn't fact-check this and assumed it was Thorne Bailey. Of course, the media, being soul-sucking demons that they are, went nuts. Until another woman came forward saying she had twins with Orange Bailey. The media spun it as them being bad parents, allowing their son to run amok, getting everyone pregnant. They had to lay low for a while. They had to tell each of their kids to stay out of the spotlight and to not do anything stupid. Orange especially. No one really pays attention to the twins, which is good. But better safe than sorry. This scandal has taken a toll on the entire family, more so on Thorne. Fame was everything. The idea that his son's carelessness almost cost him. That was enough to send him spiraling. Marcel had a long day. I'll have a long day too if I was playing with people's feelings all day.
The story?
Oh, right. Horcel sat down on the couch. Music was playing in the background. He needed to muffle the sounds of his parents arguing. The last thing they need is for the paparazzi to hear and start the divorce rumors. But Marcel had been reevaluating his life, questioning the path he was walking. He refused to become another version of his brother, and he hated the person he could feel himself turning into. In the midst of his thoughts, he didn't notice his sister walk in. Amelia looked at her brother with annoyance and disgust. She was irritated enough just wanting to watch her shows in peace, but seeing her brother shirtless? Disgusting. But he's her twin. She can sense when something isn't right. He isn't even paying attention.
Hello? Earth to Martian.
Marcel quickly turned to look at his sister.
What do you want?
Amelia was unamused by his tone.
You're sitting there listening to whatever this is and spacing out. What's on your mind?
What? I can't sit here now. Didn't know that was a crime. Besides, I'm tired. You hear them as well?
It's a crime when I want to watch my shows. Besides, they always yell. That's nothing new. Something else is bothering you.
You can let me know when you figure it out. There's at least 5 other TVs in this house. Go somewhere else to watch your dumb shows.
Oh, I see now. What's the matter? You and Alex got into a fight?
Marcel was caught off guard. He thought he was careful.
Oh, how do you know about Alex?
Oh, I was so hoping you'll correct me. Dude, your room is next to mine. I know what Raven sounds like. What are you doing, bro?
Marcel, feeling like the biggest idiot ever, confessed.
I'm not doing anything wrong, technically. Me and Raven aren't even together. I'm technically not with Alex either.
Yes, Marcel Bailey. Talking to 2 different people, taking them on dates and making them feel special. What an amazing guy you are.
Yes, Amelia, keep your foot on his neck.
I never said I was proud of myself. I tried to call things off with Alex.
By taking Alex to the beach at night and watch the stars? Yeah, how well did that work out?
Okay, how do you know this? Are you stalking me?
No, a friend of mine saw you. Now imagine the paparazzi.
The paparazzi aren't focused on us, more so Orange and Dead.
True, but you and I both know they are waiting for one of us to slip up.
You're starting to sound like Dad. Since when you cared about the paparazzi?
I just don't want to see another brother go off the deep end. Look, at first I understood why you didn't want to make things official with Raven. But you're not being honest with yourself, or to her, and that's not fair. If you're having some sort of identity crisis, figure it out. Don't drag people down with you.
Marcel was gagged by his sister's response, but he knew she was right. He just didn't want to admit it to her.
By the way, I heard Raven was in the same area you were in, so maybe you should talk to her.
Once Amelia walked off, Marcel was left with nothing but his own guilt. If Raven had seen him, she would have reached out. She always did. But his phone was empty. No alerts, no missed calls. Silence meant she was pulling away, and Marcel wasn't about to let her slip out of his hands.